what I got going on today, I'm gonna mill up the wood that I'm gonna use for my countertop. This is the log. I'm not dead set on it. It's gonna depend on what I see when I open this baby up. I know people are thinking that's way too small for a countertop, but it's not, and I'll explain why. What I'm gonna do is make a river table countertop. And for those of you that don't know what that is, look it up on YouTube. But basically, I'm going to rip 2.5-inch slabs out of this I'm leaving the natural edge on it. I'm just taking 2.5-inch slabs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one, I'm going to square it off and put it against the wall. Then I'll take and put a space and then another one, so that the two natural edges come together, but not two together. They'll be 3-4 inches, whatever I decide, apart. And the front will be the natural edge of the log. So I wanted something that's reasonably straight, because I don't want the front of my countertop to be jogging out 1/2 foot or something. But I do want it to have some character. I'm looking for neatness in the wood, knots. If it splits, that's fine. I'm good with that. And then what you do is you take blue epoxy and you fill that space in between the logs. And that becomes a river. And then when it's done and cured, then you coat the whole top of the thing. And what I'll do is I'll cut another piece for about like that for the backsplash, which will have the natural edge on top of that. And I'll fasten that to it when it's all done. And I'm pondering in my mind that I might even try to build the sink out of wood, out of the same kind of wood, a couple inches thick. Build the box of it and epoxy it. And if anybody out there has some ideas about that, I'm all ears, because I've never done anything like that before. But I think it would look really neat to have a wooden sink. And if I got a 1/2 inch epoxy over the top of it, it seems like it ought to not leak. I may have to taper the bottom of it a little bit to drain it into the center, but that's okay. So this stuff has got to dry for a long time, which is why I'm doing this now. I haven't even started building the house yet, but I'm doing this now. And if I have a couple of bites on my house right now at home. And if I get to the point where I need this sooner than a couple of years, which is what it's going to take to dry, then I'll do other measures to dry it before I do this. But that's the plan. I hope you can picture that. You'll have a square edge against the wall, come out a little ways, a natural edge, a space, a natural edge, another natural edge, and then fill that middle in, that slot in with blue epoxy, then coat the whole thing. So I don't need any. Countertop is normally about 25 inches. So minimum for me is 25 inches. With the natural edge, if it goes a little over, that's fine too. But I wanted something reasonably straight so it didn't come out way too much. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to throw this log on there and see what it looks like. If I'm not happy with it, I'll pick another log. I think I like it. Got some knots, got some bug holes, got some spalting. It's a little punky on this side, but that's okay. That could be the back where I rip it off. I think I'm going to like it. The more character, the better. So I'm going to rip off another chunk and see what that looks like. It looks pretty good though. So here's the idea. These two boards are going to sit like that. It may not be these two boards together. It may be other boards because I'm going to mill more. But the point is there's going to be a space in between that if you picture this bark will be gone because it's falling off. But if you can picture having blue epoxy in that channel, and then say this would be the front of the countertop, so the countertop will be shaped like that in the front. So as you can see, that's like 25 inches right there. Of course that back will be cut square if that's in fact a back one, but it'll be cut square, and I'll separate these until I have a minimum of 25 inches. That'll make this thing whatever it is. And then there'll be a natural edge like this coming up here for the backsplash, say 4 or 5 inches. That will be fastened to this. And then if I can, let's say the sink is going to be right here, I would like to cut this like this, the size of the sink, and drop this piece down and this piece down so the river looks like it's flowing down into the sink, across it, and back up again. That's my idea. I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it will, because it'll be really neat. So now this stuff just got to dry. I can't wait to do this. This would be a really cool project. Probably what I'll do, I have the two wide ends down here and the two narrow ends down there for now. But what I'll do is I'll switch it so that I have a wide end on one side and a narrow end on the other. And then reverse it with the other one to put the narrow edge to where the wide edge is. And this, of course, will be all cleaned up, nice looking. It will maintain its natural edge in and out however it goes. So that's the plan. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm milling for today. I'll probably take at least one more, maybe two more logs, and give myself a variety of different pieces to work with. I'm estimating my countertop to be around 12 foot long, and then there'll be an L shape, and they go another 10 or 12 feet. Depends on how the layout with the refrigerator and everything like that goes. And then there'll probably be an island which will have the same thing, And also I want to do the same thing on the vanities in the 2 bathrooms, which of course then it would be smaller chunks, you know, like this. So I'm going to mill a bunch of these up and just let them start drying, and I can pick and choose how I want to do it when the time comes. I got 3 of them out of that log. This has got some interesting edge on it, like a pool in the river. Not as straight as the other one. So I think I'll do one more log. Maybe 2 more. What it's going to look like when it has a finish on it. I like it. I like it a lot. So I've got 9 pieces now. That should do my countertop, my island, the 2 vanities. That should be enough to do it all. Of course, the vanities are only probably be about 3 feet long, so I can probably do both vanities out of one of these pieces. And then the countertop will be this. Oh, I guess coffee doesn't make it look good. See, it's got a little reddish tint into it too. This is pine sol. I put that in with the water, and it helps keep the blade clean while it's lubricating.